Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hey everybody, we're winging it, right? That's what we just said. So episode 4 of Golden Button Detours, we're going to just totally flip the script. Right, we have Blake, just so we know.
Hey everyone, we are flying without a plan today for sure.
Absolutely. We are going to talk about that Disney Parks blog post of 24 things coming to Disney in 2024. I mean, I guess before that though, you know, happy holidays to everybody. I mean, what was your favorite thing of the holidays?
My favorite thing, actually, if we can count yesterday as a holiday, as part of the holidays.
You know how I feel about stuff like that.
Well, I don't know. It was my birthday yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If it was your birthday yesterday, that's fine. That definitely counts.
And it's the big 5-0, man. So
yeah, I had that over in August. I went to the Cowboys game for my 50th birthday. That was my thing. Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
We're just going to a local tap room. Now you make me feel inferior.
It's always so interesting because once you have kids, they could talk about this. All the holidays, birthdays, everything really becomes more about them. So when my birthday comes up in August, I kind of just don't really, I don't think anything of it. Even with my 50th, it was kind of like whatever. And I kind of agree with that. So yeah. So the only thing I will say is that I finally got the present I have been wanting forever for Christmas for my wife. I wanted a dog hair blanket.
I remember you talking about that.
So I finally got it. Super excited. It came out great. My wife knitted it. She went and got she sent away all the dog hair and the yarn came back. And she said, she was telling me that like after I would fall asleep, she'd be knitting for like hours every night. But it came out really good. So I was happy with that.
I hope it's hypoallergenic dog hair. Is that?
No, I mean, it's my dog. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think they actually clean it before they yarn it anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So certain people, because there's a lot of places that will do that. Certain people, you have to, wash it before. Certain people, you don't. And this lady takes care of all that. So that was super exciting. But today, again, different. Everything's flipped. So we're just going to go down this list. It is going to be very difficult to get these 24 things in 30 minutes. And I can only imagine what the real show is going to be like. I can't even imagine what it might be 4 hours. Tom and Trevor may be 4 hours on the show because, on top of that, you have the foodie guide to the Epcot International Festival of the Arts came out.
Yeah. And
I mean, I did look at it, right? But, people are all excited, I think, about the Figment things, especially that popcorn bucket. But again, what am I doing with the popcorn bucket?
Yeah. I'm looking at this list. We should split this up into a 2-episode arc.
It's impossible.
Do
people
12,
want things now. People want things now.
12 later.
We can come back to this one, I guess, if we had to. But anyway, so we have this list, and this list is big, and this list is from Disney directly, so we know these things are happening. So let us start with number 1, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Disneyland, and WDW, right? So what we kind of see here is the fact that we are finally going to get that revamp done in 2024. You are going to be on a one-of-a-kind Mardi Gras celebration. There's going to be familiar faces, new faces, music, all that.
I was originally really hesitant about this change, but now I'm warming up to it. I think it's going to be.
I don't mind the change at all. Again, like I do like nostalgia, but I don't mind this change here. And the fact that there's going to be new original music is great. I love all that. But is there going to be anything, again, my big thing is about like pushing the envelope.
What's new? Yeah. Pushing the boundaries.
I just don't think we're going to get anything like that. I know people are talking about maybe the animatronics being phenomenal, but I don't think they're going to be anything past what we've seen at other parks, even if those are not United States parks. I think some of the other, international parks have great animatronics. I don't know if we see anything past that, personally.
They might be able, just looking at this concept art, I could see them throwing in something from like the Navi River Journey. Not so much fluorescent, but like the color scheme in the background. And
maybe some fireflies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think I see anything that's going to be groundbreaking, but I think this is going to be a great ride. Again,
yeah.
I look at it as something I'm excited to do once I'm there, but not something that's changing my vacation plans to be there for.
Yeah, you're not going to go there just for this.
No. All right, we got 24 of these. Gosh, this is going to be difficult. Number 2, new Star Tours attraction character.
Yeah. Look, as much as I love Star Wars, this is just not turning me on here. Because I'm going to be honest, this ride makes me want to barf whenever I ride it.
Well, again, I tell you, the old ride made me want to barf. The new ride does not so much, right? And I, as I always tell this story, we got to ride one of the last rides of the original where it really wasn't synced up and people were dropping like flies, right? Like that was terrible. Now it's not so bad. But I tend to agree with you, right? This seems like it's almost not worth the effort, but it probably is so easy that it's not bad for them to kind of bring new stuff, right?
Mandalorian's coming in on this. It has to.
That's okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely good with that. Yeah. It's just, like I said, this is not a game changer. This is cool. I mean, something different. I was having this discussion with, again, like, there's got to be something really game changing for me to, like, put a trip on the board for a ride. And we just haven't seen that just yet.
So what would they need to add to this one for you to say, oh my gosh, got to be there?
For this one particularly, I don't think you can add anything to this one. I mean, I don't think there's a character or story that you're going to add that's going to make me want to go. If you put us all on our own X-Wings, okay, I'm there, right? Like, I get like what they did with Millennium Falcon, but like, give me my own X-Wing and you're in a squadron with people. Oh boy.
You know what? What if they switched out 3PO with Grogu? People would
that doesn't do anything for me, though.
People would lose their mind over it, though. Like, they would flock to it just because that.
I mean, they might.
Baby Yoda's there.
But that's the Star Wars ride that I want. Is you take Pandora, Flight of Passage, right? But now just make everything an X-Wing, so make it enclosed. So you're pushing the same amount of people through, right? Like, I don't have to see a huge X-Wing. Like, I can just be, tricked into thinking I'm getting into an X-Wing. But instead of getting on the back of that thing, remember they had those roller coasters that weren't really roller coasters. They were just like a screen with roller coasters and you'd get into it. Mm-hmm. Dude, that's what I want. Like, that to me would be a lot more game changing than anything we've seen.
Man, if you did a Death Star trench run.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have a whole squadron and those are the people and you can talk to everyone like while you're there. Like, you have the radio and can talk to people. And that would be great. And you could make it kind of like even, where you're shooting down TIE fighters and you're getting a score and things like that. And whoever has the high score gets to make the trench run.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Gosh, we're already falling behind. 2 in 7 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
There's no way we're making 30 minutes, but we are going to try our hardest. Pixar Fest at Disneyland Resort. Pixar Fest is coming. Listen, I love Pixar. And while I don't necessarily, care about Disneyland, I mean, this is cool. You're going to get some, new scenes from the, Together Forever Pixar Nighttime Spectacular with Mealy and her friends from Turning Red. I think that's great. You can get Ember and Wade from Elemental. I mean, I think that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
It's Disneyland.
It seems like all they're showing is a parade stuff, though.
Yeah.
In this art. I hope it's more than that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the daytime parade, the Better Together Pixar Pal celebration, right? As well as that.
Well, they did say it's a nighttime spectacular. Yeah, also. Okay. Well, that would be cool. Yeah.
All right. Number 4, the Pixar themed hotel at Disneyland. So, Paradise Pier Hotel will officially transform into Pixar Place Hotel on January 30th, becoming the first fully Pixar-themed hotel in the United States. Cool.
I could do that. I wouldn't mind doing that. Yeah, I've never been to Disneyland yet. That's so
I haven't either, nor do I. I mean, this isn't going to make me go, but this is not a bad thing. I like Pixar. I just hope that Pixar gets back on track. When we have Toy Story 12 this year, I mean, I think we'll hopefully get back on track.
They need another Incredibles. I want another Incredibles.
Yeah, that would be good too. But I mean, I think they kind of put all their superhero stuff in the Marvel line at this point. Yeah, I think that's where we sit.
Ooh,
all right, number 5, Fantasmic returns to Disneyland.
I know what you're going to say. Oh, you do? See, I thought you were going to be, because you're the one that always said, nighttime shows. Who cares about those?
I like Fantasmic once.
Oh,
right?
See,
I don't need to see Fantasmic over and over. I like it once.
I don't know. I could do that. Like, I remember the first time I watched that show. It was at Hollywood Studios, and it was this was like 15 years ago. And man, I'm going to tell you, when that steamboat comes around the corner at the very end, and all the lights hit it and the sound, man, this, eyes got a little misty. I'm not going to lie. I mean,
at that point, you're real close into being in a huge crowd of people leaving the park.
No, whatever, dude.
Nighttime shows are not for me, but Fantasmic is not bad. Like I said, watching it, I've probably seen it, to be honest with you, I've probably seen it 3 times.
And that's like a staple. In my opinion, it is the best show that they put on, period.
I mean, outside of like the holiday stuff?
Yep.
Outside of that.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Stuff is dope.
Well, I only have the Halloween to base that on.
Oh, then yeah, the Christmas stuff I think trumps Fantasmic personally, but that's a whole different thing because it's not something that you're regularly going to.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to see.
All right, this next one I had to dig a little bit. I know this has been kind of announced. So the Communicore Plaza, Communicore Hall at Epcot will be completed in 2024. It's part of that large transformation.
After 15 years of...
It feels like it's been a while, that's for sure. But it seems like there's a lot of stuff here, right? Like, I don't know, maybe I wasn't following this before. But looking at, kind of going back and looking at what they originally planned, which was really cool, versus what we think will probably happen, is still pretty cool. I mean, it's, I guess, exciting, right?
To be honest, I've lost track of.
I had to do a little bit, right, of digging. So is this stuff going to be used for the festivals, right? So these new spaces extend the Epcot festivals beyond World Showcase, which I think is great. Having a kind of a setup for the festivals, right? Like we're like, hey, we're doing a festival. Yes, like a home base, I think is perfect. And I think it's going to be indoor, outdoor from what I understand. Maybe that's changed. I'm not necessarily sure, right? Again, a lot of the information I was reading about was a little bit older, but it seems like there's going to be this, you're going to be able to get some pretty good views of the park with the structure that's being built. So I think that's exciting. I think that's one of the ones as I kind of went down this list because, one, Epcot is my favorite park.
Same here.
2, having that, area be open again, I think is great. And I do love the festivals. And I think that having this be that kind of that home base of the festivals is perfect. So
yeah. And this building's going to get used all year because they have festivals just about all year round.
At this point, I almost wouldn't mind one of the festivals going into the vault and a new one coming.
Which one?
But any of them. It doesn't really matter. But I just don't know what you could do at this point for a new festival. I'm just not sure what that could be.
Yeah.
But there we go. That will be fun. Number 7. Gosh, there's 24 of these. All right. Reimagine the Little Mermaid show at Disney Hollywood Studios. Okay, cool. Right. There's a new movie. So yeah, you could reimage the show. I don't usually sit through a lot of shows anymore. The kids liked them when they were younger. I don't know. Maybe as we get older, we'll sit through more shows, but.
Have you watched the Frozen show at Hollywood Studios recently?
Oh, not recently. No, I don't. Okay. Like I said, I don't really do too many shows. I mean, the last thing I remember about Frozen is when Disney had real snow. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember.
They had a Frozen thing. And they brought in real snow, and you could play in the snow.
So when we went back in November, we went and watched that show, and I went into it thinking, "Oh my God, they're just going to sing Let It Go for 20 minutes straight." But it was kind of like a retelling of the story, but they added different things. And I'll be honest, the best part about that show there were 4 or 5 live actors. Okay. One was Elsa, one was Anna, one was, oh gosh, the guy. I can't remember his name right now. It's
Sven?
Yes, Sven. Okay. And then there were 2 other people like townspeople. And the best part was you could tell those 5 people were trying to crack each other up and make a break character. That was the best part of that show.
Yeah, so no, that's definitely good. So the next one is a biggie. right? So 8,
Oh,
all day
yeah.
park hopping, dining plan at Disney World. So I'm going to just start with the dining plan because I don't care about the dining plan. It doesn't really matter to me. I know some people enjoy it. I don't think it's cost effective. And it's funny because at Disney, I usually don't care about cost effectiveness, but I just kind of want to eat when I want to eat. And if one day I want to eat more because I did more, I want to eat more. If I want to eat less, because I can't be behooving to the dining plan.
Yeah, I think our family was like the one family where the dining plan, we actually made use of it because whenever we used it for our sit down meal, every sit down meal, we did it as a character meal. And if you do that, you absolutely get your money's worth out of it. In my mind.
Can definitely do that. So I'm
more
coming back, right?
Yes. I'm maybe not be as excited about the dining plan now because my kids have aged up a little bit, but
and it's going to be coming back as an option for people staying in the Disney hotels who purchase a vacation package. So and that actually is starting in a couple of days. I think the bigger part of this for me is the all-day park hopping.
All-day park hopping.
I like that. I missed out. I missed that part of it when park hopping was at 2. Because here's the thing: sometimes I want to rope drop and bounce. Right?
Oh yeah, I remember we did the all 4 parks in one day thing.
I don't know if I would do that, but the rope drop and bounce for me is a win because if there's something I want to do at a park, but then I don't want to stay at that park. I think that's where it's a benefit. I could roll into, I roll into Epcot, rope drop, test track, and then be like, all right, I'm going to come back to Epcot later at night for dinner. That's where it's good for me.
Yep.
I like that. I think I'm happy that came back, and it makes sense for it to come back. I mean, it really just was more of, just the way that they were funneling people through, and we don't really need to worry so much about that. Now, number 9, the Country Bear Jamboree at Walt Disney World. New songs that are going to pay homage to the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. And here's the thing. I think that we are going to be doing a family Nashville trip this year, I think. And we will hit the Grand Ole Opry.
Are you going to the Gaylord?
I think so. I really do. Like, I told my wife one of my goals now might be to hit every one of those.
The one in Nashville is nice. I've been.
Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to do. And again, the Gaylord does have all the things as Florida. The only thing is that the packages for the water park are not as conducive as they are in Florida, which I understand. But that being said, the Country Bear Jamboree will still have the same fun and friendly tone and introduce reinterpreted Disney songs. Maybe
that will make me want to go back to it then. Because I've been to it one time and that was a one and done for me.
Oh, I definitely. I mean, dude, we have to see Big Al. I love Big Al. So. Okay, number 10, Cake Bake Shop at Disney Boardwalk. I like cake. I like brownies. I like cookies and pies. I don't love cheesecakes.
Oh, this is the place that's taken the spot of ESPN.
Yes, which I could have actually felt like I could have done a better. We could have had something better there, but I'm okay with this. It's not terrible. You're at Boardwalk, so you kind of already have ice cream. So now to have cake, okay. I mean, I'm okay.
Definitely dessert theming is.
Yeah, I mean, and it looks like there'll be some pretty fancy stuff. So I mean, I think that's good. Number 11, I don't think there's much for me to talk about. Run Disney returns to Disneyland, plus a new Halloween-themed event. I mean, I guess that Disneyland Halloween half marathon weekend sounds cool, I guess. So, I don't know.
I think they're overdoing the running. And so let me preface this by saying
everything. That's the problem.
Well, yeah. See, I've actually done a couple of the marathons in Florida. And by the way, if you've ever thought about doing a marathon, make the one at Disney your first one, folks listening. Please, it's a great experience. I'm going to tell you. I don't know, Halloween themed.
I mean, that seems kind of cool. Resort. People be dressed up and stuff. I like that.
Yeah, at Disneyland Resort, how do you even run around that place? It seems so much smaller than.
I don't know.
It can't be like a full marathon, can it?
It says half marathon.
Half marathon, yeah. Okay.
And challenge. I don't know what that means.
A challenge is like where you do the 5K, the 10K, the half, and down at Florida you do the full marathon. It's called the Dopey Challenge.
Okay.
So you do the 5K on Thursday, the 10K on Friday, the half marathon on Saturday, full marathon on Sunday.
Yeah, zero interest. Okay.
It's fun. I'm not gonna lie.
I just don't I like sports. I don't like to run.
Well,
I have no interest in long running for any distance. So.
By the second day, you're not running anyway. You're going to speed walk the entire thing.
All right. So number 12, Fantasy Springs at Tokyo Disney Seas. I mean, I really wish I could go there. So this is themed to magical springs leading to a world of Disney fantasy. The 8th themed port of Tokyo Disney Seas
this looks really nice.
Yeah, it does. It has Rapunzel's Forest, Peter Pan's Neverland, and Frozen Kingdom. Yeah, that looks awesome. And there's going to be a hotel.
This might be my 55th birthday present to myself.
Isn't it funny how, like, you think, oh, for my 50th, I'm going to blow it out, right? When you're 30. When you're 30, like, oh, we're going to do this one and that. It's my wife and myself. It's our 21st anniversary. And every year we're like, oh, for our 10th, we're going to go back to the place we went for, our honeymoon. Then it was like, well, no, for the 15th. Well, all right, we'll just make it the 20th. And then it's like, are we ever going back? Like, it gets away from you, man. Life can get away from you.
Yep, especially when the kids come into the picture.
Yeah. I mean, that does look good. So number 13 is the Disneyland Hotel at Disneyland Paris. Yeah. I mean, it looks cool inside. Like, the rooms look kind of cool, the luxury rooms and stuff like that. But
it looks like Grand Floridian. At least that lobby does. Yeah.
So that's number 13. Oh, so here we'll take a quick break. Wait, I said that BSC Kids sponsored the show.
Yes,
right?
You got sponsors.
Yes, so it sponsors Golden Button Detours. So BSC Kids, which I run with a bunch of other people, where you can find television news, animation news, all kid-friendly, book reviews, things like that, as well as our YouTube channel, which I was running our What's in My Attic, which hopefully I'll get back to. But there was this whole lost box during Christmas that ate up my time in the attic. It was a whole big thing. We looked for it for forever. Anyway, but if you go over to the YouTube channel and watch some of those videos, that would be super helpful. So there we go. All right. We can move on to one that I'm kind of interested in. I'm more interested in 15 than 14. But 14, we get another new ship. The Disney Treasure will debut. Or has debuted. No, it debuts in 2024, so next December. It looks great. I think Disney has always been a little behind in terms of what they have on their ships to do, but because they're more inclusive in terms of what you pay for and you can do without having extra charges, it's always a bonus. I think that this is going to be another ship. Listen, the more ships they have, the better, is the way I look at it. Yep. The prices on Disney cruises are way higher than other cruise lines. But again, we switched ours from doing that one cruise we were supposed to do, Royal Caribbean, to a Disney cruise. I think that everyone was happier about that, at least in my family. So we'll see how that goes. But this leads itself. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Blake.
No, yeah. People will book this one just to do the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea bar.
Yeah. I mean, that was such an iconic ride. I mean, were you able to accomplish that ride or no?
Yes, I remember riding that.
Me too.
When I was a kid.
A few times.
And I just watched that movie. Did you ever watch the movie?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched that a couple of weeks ago.
I love that ride, though. That was one of my favorite rides, to be honest with you. But this leads us right into number 15, which is Disney's Lookout Key in the Bahamas.
I'm getting Moana vibes just from looking at this.
Yeah, so this is going to be a one-of-a-kind retreat on the island of, I won't try to pronounce, in the Bahamas. And it is at Lighthouse Point, right? So it's a vibrant island retreat at Lighthouse Point, which I'll be going to in, when am I going again?
I don't know. When are you going?
June, I think. We're going, because I think that's when it opens, is somewhere in that time frame. But yes, I'll be going in June, so I'll be able to tell everyone all about this. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited because instead of it being Disney's, island all by itself, like there is still people living there. Like I'm excited to see how this integration works and all of the fun stuff that they're going to have on the island. That was the one, like I said, for me, that was it. Like that number 15 was the one I was looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
Have you been on a Disney cruise or no?
Oh, so don't get me started. We were supposed to go, my oldest kid, it's what he wanted to do for his senior trip, but he graduated in 21, and we're right in the middle of COVID, and nobody was cruising then.
Understandable.
Lost opportunity.
Well, that's when we were supposed to do our trip across the country to the Grand Canyon. So I get it. All right. We're doing a lot of cruise stuff here. So 16. All right. We're getting there, everybody. We're getting there. We're not going to make 30, but we're going to be close. Pixar Day at Sea and Marvel Day at Sea. I mean, this is okay. I mean, I think they're cool, right? Included in the price of a Disney cruise, which I like. Okay. Like, all right.
Well, here's the thing. We were just talking about Disney cruises being expensive. Have you ever done they have that Star Wars specific cruise? Have you ever?
No, we've only done the Pirate Night one and the Halloween one. The Halloween one was good, though.
Oh, gosh. It's more expensive than a normal Disney cruise.
Okay. Yeah. I think this is great, right? Anytime they can do more stuff like this. And again, I could see people totally loving this. I don't know if I would upcharge myself to that, right? But I think it would be fun, especially with younger kids. The Halloween one was great. I think that, it worked out well for my kids. They had something extra to do. I mean, because part of like being on a cruise is doing stuff.
Yeah.
So I think this was good. Now this next one. Oh, the cabins at Disney Fort Wilderness Resort. Oh, there's just so much here. We could talk about trust. We could talk about one bathroom. We could talk about not being up to the standards of other places. We could talk about barking dogs next door to you.
Do you think this is Disney trying to lean into the tiny house craze?
That's an interesting take. I don't think so. But yeah, I it doesn't have a lot of allure for me, to be honest with you, right? Tucked away in the peaceful woodlands with your next door neighbor bringing their dog. Like it doesn't add up to me. And the one bathroom. Now, they were saying though, right? Like, isn't the points are going to
be less
than a one bedroom, right?
Yes.
And I think that's where this makes sense, but not for me. But I would, so what I would consider with this, though, this is what I would say. If I was going and I wanted to stay there, I might do a night there, but that would be it. And it would just be to kind of like, be like, hey, I've been, it's kind of like when we did the tree houses that I would never do again. I just was not a fan of the tree houses. This looks the bedroom bathroom situation there.
Yeah,
that's
this
a big
concept.
thing.
Yeah, this concept art. I mean, to me, this is people with small kids. And Disney's trying to get them away from other people or something. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either. Now, 18, you know what? We're going to come back to 18. We're going to end on 18. How's that, everybody? Okay. We're going to go to 19, Adventures by Disney in Colombia. I think awesome, right? Yeah. It says, Colombia is beautiful. We have Encanto, right? You have the Adventures by Disney. I mean, that's a W. Like, I'm all about that. More Adventures by Disney, better for everybody, especially as I have this weird little time between kids and grandkids. I like that. Maybe I'll do it when I'm retired. Maybe I'll do it. Love it. 20 is Story Living by Disney.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Go back to 19 for a second.
Yeah.
I hate to bring in world,
don't do it.
Unrest here, but how are they going to guarantee safety? I mean,
I'm not even going to touch that one. Adventures by Disney in Colombia. Yeah. All right. Number 20, Story Living by Disney in California. We've talked about this. We have an whole episode about it, so we won't get deep into it. Excited to see some of the first houses, which it looks like we'll be getting them in 2024. Or at least first home buyers. I don't know. Does that mean they'll be able to buy? Does that mean that they'll be done? I don't know the answer to that. But I'm excited to see, because again, I think what kind of happens there is going to impact what happens to the one in North Carolina. And that's the one I'm interested in. So I think I'm excited to see. Now they do have people that look like they're moving into their house. So I think that we will get people in houses in 2024. I wonder if there's going to be a secret Reddit group of people living, Story Living by Disney.
Oh, there's going to be.
Or a Facebook group, but maybe a Reddit group. 21, Stitch is back. New Disney Eats and Stitch Attack snack collections. I don't like to talk about food, yet I will go on record as saying I like Stitch, so I will talk about this briefly. I like the way they're doing this. Every month, there's a themed plush and pin set will be available in Shop Disney. featuring Stitch with a new tasty treat, right? I like that. And then there's going to be merchandise everywhere, various themed items, and delectable styles. Does that mean that there's going to be actual food or just,
delectable stuff?
I think that we're just looking at actual Stitch with food, but it makes me hungry. It makes me, kind of want snacks as well. I don't know.
Do you think, were they talking about a live action Lilo and Stitch at one point?
That would be good. I don't know. I think they're always talking about that. So I'm good with that. It looks like I went to the other post. It looks like it's just merchandise, which is still fine. I'm all about that. So let's see. Oh, I kind of got off my little thing. Now, this is one, there are some times when I wish I, was going to be on the main show just to talk to Trevor about an open world Star Wars game. But Star Wars is so played out that, I'm just okay.
What? If they do this so that you don't see anybody with the last name Skywalker, you don't see anyone with the last name Solo.
They usually do a good job at that. But, so it's an open world Star Wars game, right? Doesn't say that it's an MMORPG. It just says open world, right?
Right. So it's not, it may not be World of Warcraft, but
no, I think that we're looking. Let's see, boom, 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 between the events, da 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 da. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's multiplayer, so that's fine then, I guess.
How can you have an open world and not be?
Well, you have what's the fantasy one? The one, what the heck is that thing called? Oh, this is just disappointing to me. There's a fantasy open world one too, right? Like that. I can't think, but that hurts my feelings.
I know what you're talking about.
Even like the Western one, Red Redemption or whatever that is. That's open world, I feel like. GTA 6 is, those are all open world games, right?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. All right.
So that will be interesting. I do like, I feel like I'm just being hit over the head with Star Wars stuff, but at least it's an open world game.
I hope they don't let you go to Tatooine. That's another place they need to stop. There are more places in Star Wars than Tatooine.
All right. The next two are going to be quick, but we've already over 30 minutes. But can we stay within the 30-minute time frame? So 39, 59. Let's see. Ultimate Disney Fan Event, D23. Okay, cool. Right? Happens every year. I'm not surprised. Yeah, great. Okay. New Disney Global Ambassadors step into roles. Okay. Every year we have new Disney ambassadors. They're stepping into the roles. Okay, cool. Great. Yep. All right. Let's go back.
We've gone back to 18. Was it 18?
Yes. New Disney Vacation Member Lounge at Walt Disney World.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I don't even know where to start. So we don't know where it is yet. There has been a lot of talk and a lot of people vehemently saying that it's going to be at Disney Springs. People saying that they know and that they're in the know. I don't think anyone's in the know just yet, but vehemently saying that that's where it is. Multiple people, right? That say they have contacts. If it's at Disney Springs, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm just going to go on record as saying I'm going to be disappointed. I do not need a break from eating and shopping because I can always take a break by leaving, right? Like it didn't cost me anything to get in there.
Yep. It'd be a missed opportunity.
If I want to take a break, I just leave. And listen, this is speculation because nobody knows. But I'm just telling you what the interwebs is implying that it is going to be there. Now, where would I like it to be? That gets real interesting because I think about every park. And I think every park has a good reason to have one, which is why I think every park should have one. So for me, I take a look at Animal Kingdom. It would just be nice because it's hot there. Right. I feel like I don't know why it feels hotter there, but it just feels hotter there. And it would be nice to be able to take the break because I don't think the park is one of those things where it has so much to do to keep you there a full day. But if I could take a break in the middle and just kind of chill out, that would be just a total win. So that's at least Animal Kingdom for me. Then when I look at the Magic Kingdom, gosh, who doesn't need a break, right? When you're there,
I'll be honest. Need a break. Yeah, when I first read this, for some reason, my mind went directly to Magic Kingdom, not even realizing that it said Walt Disney World. I think
the problem with Magic Kingdom becomes how big do you make it, and how annoyed at people when they can't get in. I mean, we've all kind of been to the Epcot one where you're on a waiting list, but I think if it's stick it in Magic Kingdom, if it's the same size as the Epcot one, the waiting list might be all day.
Well,
it's because, right, that's kind of the dilemma there.
Like, what is on the second floor on Main Street, USA? Do we know what's on the second floor of all those buildings?
I'm not that deep.
To me, that's
Tom
where
and Trevor would
it.
know with all their Imagineering shows, the 12 books they read, and all that. But I don't.
To me, that's the best place to do it.
But again, I think the wait becomes so long, and I think that you're just. I don't know. I just don't know the answer to that. I think at Magic Kingdom, it almost. There's so much to do at Magic Kingdom. I guess the good part about it is because it kind of skews a little bit younger kids. Then, would be a great place to kind of like recoup and rest. And people were saying though, like, hey, it needs to have stroller access and things like that.
Oh,
I mean, I kind of get it though, right? Because if your kid needs to nap, I mean, gosh, wouldn't that be a great thing to just kind of stroller it up there? Yeah. All right. And now I say Hollywood Studios. So you're going to put it at Hollywood Studios. I think that unfortunately that makes the most sense to me outside of Epcot. And I think you stick it
in Galaxy's Edge
anywhere you want.
I think it has to go in Galaxy's Edge. That's the most logical place.
And I don't think that's a bad solution. I think a member lounge in Galaxy's Edge would be kind of cool. I think it doesn't need to have a ton of theming.
That's what they're going to turn the Star Cruiser into.
They could do that. But I don't think the Star Cruiser is straight attached to it.
It's not attached to it.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not close enough. But I think that wouldn't be a bad thing. I think we're leaning heavy Star Wars. But yeah, that wouldn't be a bad thing. But I'm just excited to get another one. I truly hope that it goes in a park because I think that's where it needs to be. It really does. But, I understand that putting it at Springs does make sense too, just because of all the space you have. And, I think you get less people utilizing it. Like, it's a great idea. But again, at Magic Kingdom, I don't think you could build it big enough. I just don't think you could build it big enough.
Yeah.
So look at that. We got through all 24.
All 24. What are we running at right now? 37 minutes. Look at us.
Yeah. I mean, we got an introduction to that goes in there and you have to finish us off. But I think that's it. We did it. Again, I'm probably going to pre-apologize for how long the other show will be with Tom and Trevor, because I bet you it's going to be like 3 hours. I might be able to jump into that one. I just wasn't 100%, so I felt like we could do it here. Plus, when we do it here, Blake, I don't have to hear Tom arguing with me about my thoughts, right? Here, I can kind of just go ahead and just speak my mind. Makes it feel a little bit nicer.
By the way, that email for complaints is DAMON@welcomehome.
No, I don't think there is one. It's you can just go Damon at BSC Kids, though. There you go. You can always complain right there. Anyway, so, Blake?
All right, so, as always, Welcome Home Podcast, and now Golden Button Detours are for entertainment purposes only. We are not employed by the Walt Disney Company, and as such, all opinions expressed on the show are our own, especially Damon's opinions about Tom going on and on about things. Please
I did say going on. Yeah. Go ahead.
Please consult a DVC cast member or Disney representative for more information about anything we've talked about today.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And again, we're not on a set schedule, so just keep tuned for the next Golden Buttons episode 5 sometime in the near future.
And there's no telling when it'll come out, if today is an indicator.
Exactly. All right. You guys have a good one.
You too. Bye.
This is Skipper Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Do a huddle when we hit a chair. How she can cuddle is no man's affair. I looked around from pole to pole, found her in a sugar bowl.